Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FS25 video about my upcoming map Sommerfeld. In the last video about the Sommerfeld map I have shown this ferry to you and we will go there again because it's just so awesome to use the ferry. I just activate it and go back inside, and yes, we will start. And I changed the whole camping area there, so I didn't change everything, but I decorated it. And then we have some more boats sitting around the border, and I worked on the hotel, and that is the main topic for today's video, this hotel and the area around it. And here, as you can see, we don't have parked cars yet and no pedestrians. That will be added in the later part of the map building, so close to the end. But here all this nice trees and bushes and so, and there we have fireplace area. That people can prepare their food. And somehow I always make maps with a rather big holiday aspect. So a camping ground is a must on my maps. And I wander a little bit, but not so much, because yeah, when I think on beautiful countryside and I always add quite a bit of water, then I think on hiking and holidays and such, and therefore I always end up with a lot of holiday related parts on my maps. And this is a sailing station as well. Other mappers, they build their big industrial-like complexes as a sailing station, and I built my camping place as a sailing station. Yeah, and here we have some boats laying around, and yeah, and I'm thinking on how could I manage to bring people into the boat to let small boats drive around on the lake. It's more difficult than in FS22. In FS22 I could take the pedestrians and modify them and let them sit in a boat. That's no more possible in FS25. At least not for me. And that's so sad, because yeah, I really have to find ideas how to bring people in boats that drive around. I can bring people to stand in the shop area. That is better than before. And so there will be people standing in those shops, like I have on my map Forfield. Yeah, but sitting in boats that are moving is not possible. And therefore I have to find other ways. I would love to have more possibilities to bring people on maps and also in mods, and that we can have people sitting there and doing things like talking together, or sitting and eating cake or whatsoever, doing certain things so that we could have variety of basic animations, and that as a model we could say, okay, should this person should sit there and sometimes stand up, go here and there, and then go back and sit again, things like that. But I think Giants is more into building more refined tractors than building more refined people. And I guess that's what most people want. And I would love to have those interactive NPCs possible to be modded. As it is right now, there is nearly no possibility to build our own people like that. And we have some information about the dialogue system, but it is not enough, and everything else is encrypted. And we can just decide where to place Walter and such. At least that's something. But I would love to make much more in this regards. So here is the hotel. I already prepared this hotel for my map Wunzig, but that was never released. And then I thought, okay, I need this hotel on my map Sommerfeld with a wonderful view to the island and the lake and such. And I had to work more than one day on it to bring it in this state. And before I had it closer to this road there, but that was difficult because of the slope of the road. And here I need a flat surface. And then I thought, okay, I just put it away, and that was easier then. And this will be a selling station. Here will be a place for some guest vehicles. And this is the official entrance. So what I also did is I modified those flower thingies, those metal stands. They are from Oberon, but I made it with different textures. And the flowers are from FS25, because the flowers from Oberon, they were very beautiful, but very expensive with the polygons. And also they need their own textures brought from FS22 to FS25 that would make the map even bigger. And therefore I thought, okay, I take those metal things, give them new textures, small textures, and then I take flowers from FS25. And I'm thinking on adding those flower thingies to my upcoming garden decoration pack. Then you could place all those different flower sets to your farm or close to the house, like that, for example. That is one of my thoughts. It took hours. There are so many things on this in this map building process, and also on the modding itself, where you would see, oh, this is fast 5 minutes. And then when I do it, it takes half a day to just place all the flowers correctly into those shapes, and before decide which flowers to take and so. And I always wonder how long certain things are taking when I do the modding. So, and here at this side entrance, I'm planning on making the selling station. And you will be able to sell all kinds of products. And I don't think this is a suitable selling station for bulk stuff, like the grain, the wheat that you get directly from the field. Because usually a hotel doesn't use this kind of things. But then they buy your flour and your bread and all those things. And there will be other selling stations on the map that take the grain. And yeah, but what I'm also thinking on is I want to bring this hotel as a mod to mod up. And you might think, oh, I don't need a hotel in my farming business. Yeah, that's true. A normal farmer doesn't need a hotel. But I thought if you play on a no man's land like map, then you would definitely need a nice hotel. Or if you are a big farmer on a cozy map and you have such a lot of place and you have a nice area beside a lake or river and you are thinking, oh, what could I do there? There you could place your hotel and either have it as a selling station, like I do here, or you could have it with passive income. So I would make a version with passive income, because if you own a hotel, you earn quite a lot of money, I think. Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of farmers that have a lot of money and they are investing in hotels in their region. I'm completely sure that this happens quite often. Yeah, and therefore this will be a mod. It's more a niche mod, not for millions of players, but more for some players. Okay, now we leave the game and we go into the Giants editor, and you have seen it's rather empty around the hotel, because I just finished the hotel itself. And here we are. And here you can see already some trees. That is because I already made my German video about this. And yeah, we took the time to add some trees. And this is more a park-like area or around the hotel. So it's not a forest like there behind. That is a forest where it's more or less natural. And this is park-like meadow with some trees and some bushes. And I thought we could add some small trees and some bushes. And I want to keep this area rather open, only some small trees down there, because when the people sit there on this balcony, they want to have a nice view to the lake and such. And therefore no high trees here. And just here. One is okay in this direction, but other than that, they want to keep their view. You can see I already think like a hotel manager. So maybe we take some of those cherry trees, and maybe there is an apple tree, and I always ask myself whether the apple tree will have flowers in spring. So maybe some of the the cherry trees they have. And they are so beautiful in spring. And I'm thinking about the cherry trees when my apple tree mods get a little bit older, or let's say when I have a little bit more time and maybe I'm done with this map and such, then I'm thinking on adding cherry trees to my apple tree mod. Okay, then the name of the mod is wrong. It's called Apple Plantage. Maybe I make a different mod, but then I would need to have different, a separated fruit juice production. Yeah, so the name Apple Plantage or Plantage is not such a good idea if I want to add more fruit types, but maybe that is not such a big problem. So, but sooner or later I want to add cherry trees and maybe pear trees as well. Is it called pear? Those longer fruit types that are sweeter than apples. Oh, this apple tree. Yeah, this is so thin that I decided to take different trees for the apple. But the bigger cherry trees, they are really, really nice. Look, all those flowers. It's really nice. I think giants thought, oh, we are going to East Asia, to Japan. They want cherry trees. And then they made those cherry trees. So, and now maybe we just paint some bushes. So this should be small. And then maybe I start with my favorite bushes, the dynamite, the big dynamite. And then, and that is always a problem, especially with those big dynamites. Other bushes are not so hard. So here where I clicked is not a good place. So I don't get one of those big bushes. They have certain places in their grid, but I can't see the grid and I can't see where such a big tree bush would come. And when I click on a different space, we have deleted grass. And so I make undo, because I don't want to have deleted grass. So with smaller bushes, it is not such a problem. So therefore you will see me making little holes in the grass and then the hole disappear again because I'm pressing the undo button. Luckily in Giants Editor we have undo. That is still missing in the base game. This is a shame. Yeah, but for map building we have undo button. So come on. Okay. And maybe I leave some area more or less empty or just with meadow, because I think all those holiday guests, they need a rather big meadow close to their hotel where they can play with balls and run around and yeah, do all. Oh. Did I remove it? I think I removed it. So that happens when the thumb is too close on the undo button. So now I was lucky. Yeah, so I don't know how it is in America, but in Germany it is really typical that in recreational areas we have some parks like that, so meadow and some trees, and then a bigger part of meadow, and people love to come there and bring their picnic blanket and sit on the ground and have their picnic, their open air meal, and play with all kinds of balls and frisbees and yeah, do all this outdoor recreational stuff that people are doing. And therefore you need quite a free area. And yeah, if you would buy this area, you could just mow the grass if you so wish. And I think I will make some small bushes, but not all full with bushes. And yeah, about here one more, and then I have another question for you. Or did I already have a question for you? Maybe not. I was telling you about the hotel mod, but without question. But here, I am planning on making a soccer field. Maybe in this area. So I don't even know how big a soccer field is. Maybe this green area is big enough. Then that would be good. If not, maybe I would use this area, what I thought would be a business area with a shop maybe. But I already have a selling station here, and in town we have several selling stations. There will be the marketplace, which is here. There will be a dairy, a bakery, and I think at least 1 or 2 selling stations in the shop area. And there we will have the big farmers market. And here we have a business area. This will be the dealership. And then we have 5 more areas for businesses. So I think we don't even need this free place. And therefore, I think it could be funny to have a European soccer place there. We have one in Sri Lanka, and I could take it. And when you play multiplayer, it can be fun to play soccer. So if all your fields are harvested and you have a little free time, then you can meet at the soccer place, and there is a ball that you can push into the goal. So it's more or less working. As I always play single player, I never used it, but I could imagine for multiplayer it could be a lot of fun. And then I have another idea, because we need a playground, definitely. And I thought here this area would be awesome for a playground. Maybe even here. But why not here? And it doesn't matter where. And I usually make playgrounds with the playground stuff we have in the game, and I already made two myself. I made them for the American farmers market. Let's go there and have a look. Here, this one, it's similar to the one we have in game, but I made it myself, and it has small textures and not so many polygons, and the same with this sandboxes. But I thought it would be so nice to have a playground where we as players could play, and climbing area. And I got the idea from this climbing ship that we can build in Riverbend Springs. And I think when it's done, you can climb on part of it, but you can't fully use it. But we can climb rather good as a player in Farm Sim. And we can even walk on rather thin posts and so. And I thought, why not making something out of wood with posts or beams and in different heights and maybe rising some of them, and then you can walk on them and go higher and higher, and some ladders, and maybe when you reach a certain height, there is a gap of 1 or 2 meters, and you have to jump to come to the next platform. And then you have a slide where you can go down and have the fun of your life. And that could also be something where you can meet with your friends when you do multiplayer. And just do something apart from farming in the spare time that you have. And maybe you could laugh a lot when you fall down from this balancing act that you are doing there. Yeah, and I thought maybe it would be nice to have it as a constructible here on this map. And also maybe, if you think it's a good idea, to make a mod out of it, and have a version that can just be placed, if you want to have something like that in your save game, or you can have it as a constructible. And I think it would be finished much faster than the playground in Riverbend Springs, because it would be simpler. And and I could imagine it is a lot of fun, and it gives you something to do with your wood if it's as a constructible. And now I want to hear what you think about this idea. I was thinking about this a lot in the last few days. I even dreamt of it. I think first it was a dream when I was sleeping, and then I woke up, and I woke up very slowly, and I thought, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I should do it. And then when I was fully awake, I decided, yes, I have to look into it. Maybe it's a really good idea to do this. Yeah, and I would like to do it here. So maybe we add some few of those nice big ones, and then some smaller ones and some different types. So that we can have the feeling, okay, we accomplished something. It is a real Let's Map where we did something together. So, and now I make a different type. I like this witch hazel. So, oh, and my remind me told me I should go and sleep rather soon. Oh, no, it said, hurry up into bed. But I interpret it as, yeah, rather soon it's time to go and sleep. But don't you worry. So, and I just see I have to work quite a lot on this area here, even if it's most of it stays rather empty or meadow-like. But there is a lot to do before it looks nice enough. And then I have to work on the edges. But the streets are a different chapter. So. I will work on the streets only when all the roads are decided. That's not yet the case. But soon. Here I could place a rather big tree in the center, I think. Yeah. And here we need to have the view from the road that the people can see. Ah, there is the hotel. And I think I will make some signs and such. Okay. So I think that's enough for this video. I will keep on working on this, and when I have something new to show to you, I will make another video. Okay. Thank you for your support as a Ruby channel member. If you want to buy FS25 or a DLC, feel free to use my code OMATANA. You'll find the link for the PC version in the video description. It doesn't cost you anything extra and supports me a lot. Now I wish you a wonderful day, thank you for watching and all the best till next time. Tschüss!